It's the Leviathan gas field off Israel, and it's the Israel-Lebanon agreement. The energy crisis lifeline, Israel's gold mine of gas, could save Europe from Putin's clutches. Israel could be the key to preventing a nightmare scenario where Putin's gas supply throws Europe into a winter of darkness. And as we know, the cold season starts in early September. I've been to Liège, Belgium, and they wear winter coats in the beginning of September. That's how cold it gets. Now, Austrian Chancellor Karl Nehammer is currently on a visit to Israel to discuss security and energy cooperation, and because of the sign of a strategic partnership treaty, as the European Union has been scrambling to secure its energy supply before searching for replacements for Russian gas, the bloc's leaders have turned towards Israel and its potential gold mine of gas reserves. And according to local reports, Austria is highly interested in the discovery of new gas reserves off the coast of Israel, which Mr. Nehammer believes could help Europe end its reliance on Russian gas. He said Israel is a particularly important partner in the field and a friend of Austria. He says we therefore want to further deepen our close relations at all levels. The large gas discoveries off the coast make it possible for Israel to supply itself, and Israel can also export. Over a month ago, Israel announced that it would resume offshore natural gas exploration, after which it signed a deal with the EU and Egypt to provide the fuel-starved bloc with gas supplies. The European Union is heavily dependent on Russian oil and gas exports, relying on Moscow for about 40% of its energy imports in 2021, and according to Israel's energy minister, the deal with the EU will for the first time allow significant exports of Israeli gas to Europe. The gas that is transported from Israel will be sent to liquefaction plants in Egypt, after which it will be shipped through the Mediterranean Sea north to Europe. In other words, it's going to be shipped with ships. This deal is a far cry from Israel's relationship with Russia in 2016, where during a meeting with then Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Putin described Israel and Russia as unconditional allies. Now, the EU is currently in crisis mode over the most likely possibility that Russia would cut the bloc off its gas supply. Germany in particular has been bracing itself for a nightmare scenario that the Nord Stream 1 pipeline, which is currently turned off on account of repair work for 2 weeks, will never again reopen. Simon Tagliapetra, senior fellow at Bruegel think tank in Belgium, says, for Europe's energy security, the moment of truth has come. Whether or not Russia will resume gas exports to Germany after the maintenance period of Nord Stream is going to be defined by the continent's energy, economic, and political future. Now, a complete interruption of gas flows would indeed put significant pressure on the German and overall European community, with the economy, of course, being at a standstill, with ramifications in terms of political solidarity across EU countries. Europe should do more to get prepared for the scenario, which is now more likely than ever. Now, over the past year, Russian control over EU energy supplies by decreasing flow of gas to a contractual minimum in order to pressure EU certifying Nord Stream 2 pipeline, which would increase Europe's reliance on Putin. After Western powers crippled sanctions on Russia, Putin retaliated by cutting off countries like Poland, Bulgaria, Finland, and the Netherlands, among others, by restricting the gas. So we'll see what happens with this. This is on Express UK by Anthony Ashkenaz. So it's, of course, an energy crisis for Europe. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.